Oh boy, Microsoft, you have really dug yourself really deep in this massive rut, haven't you? Microsoft has got themselves stuck in a massive rut, and it doesn't seem like they're getting out of it anytime soon. It just seems to be getting even worse. So, Microsoft, as we all know it, has been on a massive downwards spiral ever since they increased the prices of everything Xbox related. They increased the prices of Xbox consoles not once, but twice now. They increased the prices of all their Xbox accessories, such as controllers, headphones, you name it. They increased the prices of Xbox Game Pass, which I made a separate video talking about, and they ruined Xbox Game Pass, and thousands, if not millions, of people around the world have been canceling their subscription in massive waves. And Microsoft has also let their exclusive IPs, such as Gears of War and Halo, be shared on their competitors' platform like PlayStation. And I don't think Nintendo's going to be getting Halo or Gears of War at all. And Microsoft has also been laying off half of their studio to replace them with AI. It's been a rough one for Microsoft, and it's been a rough one for the gaming industry because 2025 was supposed to be a good year for video games, but unfortunately, it's the exact opposite, and it just seems like the worst time period right now for video games going forward. But more importantly, in terms of like the gaming market, it makes me think, what the hell is going on with Microsoft right now? It just seems like they're not only dropping the ball so hard, but it seems like they're also, in a way, throwing in the towel, you know? Like they're holding up the white flag and they're just basically surrendering to their competitors. And I think a big reason for that is because they want to try to change gears or shift gears over to a brand new, I guess, business strategy, which I don't think is going to be really working out too well for them because Microsoft was doing pretty good for a while. You know, back in the early 2010s with the Xbox 360 and maybe Xbox One, they were doing pretty damn good. I mean, they had a lot of good deals, a lot of good games. I mean, Xbox Game Pass was one of the best deals in gaming for a very long time. And they were also releasing just banger Xbox exclusive games for a while. You know, like games like Halo 3 and Halo Reach. And then they had like Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3. And they even had some like the indie developer Xbox games where you could play with your Xbox avatar. If anyone remembers the custom avatars for Xbox, I mean, I give you props for that. But I mean, they also had some indie games on there that allowed you to play with your custom avatar. You know, you had games like Doritos Crash Course Racing, which was basically a funnier version of Wipeout. You had like Avatar Fire Pro Wrestling, which was a cartoony version of WWE wrestling. And then there was Castle Miner Z, which was basically Minecraft but with guns. And believe it or not, I still play Castle Miner Z to this day on my outdated laptop, but I digress. But other than that, I mean, Xbox was doing pretty damn awesome for a while. Like the Xbox 360 era, they were absolutely killing it. They were like one of the best companies in all of gaming. But since Xbox One, if not Xbox Series X and S, really came along, that's basically when they just fell apart. You know, that's when things were really going bad for the whole company as a whole. And with this new Xbox Series X and S era on this current generation of gaming, where they're trying to be more of like some kind of streaming service because they want to try to compete with TikTok. No, I'm not joking. That's basically what they're trying to do now. They're trying to compete against TikTok, which I don't know why anyone would still resort to that brain rot, but that's my personal hot take. But other than that, Microsoft is just not doing too good. I mean, they're not even trying to get some exclusives out there anymore. I mean, you have games like Redfall on Xbox, sure, but I mean, nobody really plays Redfall anymore. And if anyone is really playing any of the exclusive games on Xbox, it's probably the older titles, like the Master Chief Collection, or one of the older Gears of War games, or maybe it's one of the other older Xbox exclusive games that somebody's still holding on to that's probably backwards compatible. Now, I want to ask you folks the $1 million question here. What does this mean for the future of the Xbox brand? Is Microsoft finally giving up on this whole console wars nonsense? Now, of course, I guess I'm going to have to talk a little bit about this, but me personally, I'm going to say this right now before I get deep into this part of the discussion, but I don't really care for what console people play on. Like I'm an all rounded kind of person. I like Xbox, I like PlayStation, I like Nintendo, I like PC, and I don't mind playing mobile even from time to time, but I have to be in a certain mood for it. Now, if you're someone that plays on like Xbox exclusively, that's fine. I think that's awesome. If you're someone that only plays on PC, or if you're someone that only plays on like a PlayStation or like a Nintendo console, then again, same thing. I think that's awesome. I'm glad that you're getting your money's worth out of those consoles, and I'm glad you're having fun. Once again, I don't really care for the whole console wars thing. I mean, if they do a good job with some of their products and people are happy, then good on them, and I'll give credit where credit's due. But if they do some anti consumer moves, or if they just drop the ball with a lot of their games and their products, then I'm going to call them out for it. But of course, I digress. Now, Microsoft, when it comes to, like, I guess the gaming department for the consoles, it doesn't seem like they're really trying anymore. It just seems like they're trying to go third party and they're just trying to share their games with their competitors. Now, looking at it from a customer standpoint and a gamer perspective, that's good on us because it gives us more of a reason to buy these games and it gives us a better, I guess, accessibility option. So if we're someone that has always been on PlayStation and we're like, damn, I just wish we had the chance to play Halo on PlayStation with some friends. And you can play Halo now with your buddies, you can do that. Or if you had Gears of War, which was only Xbox exclusive, and you're a PlayStation person, you're like, damn, I just wish I was able to play Gears of War with a couple of my buddies on PlayStation, because now they have Gears of War on PlayStation, you can do that. So again, it doesn't seem like Microsoft is trying to compete anymore. They're just trying to give away their third party exclusives to their competitors because I guess they want to try to make things more available for other people. Now, of course, I'm not, as my phone goes off, I really need to mute that thing during my recording sessions. Jesus Christ. There we go. I just muted my phone. I'm going to put it on the table now. Anyway, as I was saying, when it comes to, I guess, making business decisions for the gaming department, you want to have some exclusives that would make people want to stick to your console. I mean, we have Nintendo, for example, with some of their most popular franchises, like the Super Mario games and the Pokemon games, and we have the Metroid games, which are some of the most popular franchises in the world, may I add. I mean, Pokemon is literally a global phenomenon. Mario is also a global phenomenon, and so is Metroid, even though Pokemon outshines them in the popularity department, but there are some pretty iconic series that Nintendo has. Even for Sony, there are some iconic things, like Final Fantasy with Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. I mean, we have Ratchet and Clank from Ratchet and Clank series. Even Xbox has some iconic things, like Master Chief from Halo, and we have Marcus from Gears of War, even. But at this point, Microsoft is just throwing in the towel by giving away these exclusives to their competitors because it looks like they're running out of ideas for the gaming department and they have no idea what the hell their next strategy is for gaming. I mean, what other exclusives does Xbox have that they can try to compete with against Sony? I mean, they're all out of ideas at this point. Like, what video games that are currently in development will be Xbox exclusive that make people want to go to Xbox? Like, damn, this Xbox exclusive game is pretty damn good. I want to go to Microsoft for this. We don't have any of those exclusives right now, you know? I mean, we have a lot of indie developer games out there right now that are absolutely killing it. I mean, we have a fan-made game of Tarkov called, I think, Escape from Duck-Off, which I heard was really funny. I heard it's available on PC. I mean, indie developer games like Helldivers 2 even, they got a port over to Xbox, so now everyone can play with their buddies. I mean, we also have games like Pal Worlds that originally was on Xbox for a while and PC, but then it got a PlayStation copy, so now everyone can play together. And more importantly, crossplay network, where you get to play with your buddies on different platforms. So if everyone doesn't have an Xbox, you can play through crossplay, or if everyone does not have a PlayStation or a PC, you can all still play together through crossplay. No matter if you're playing like Call of Duty, no matter if you're playing Fortnite or Helldivers, it doesn't matter. Because at this point, crossplay has become more and more of a big staple for video games. It really just narrows down what kind of gaming console you want to go to, because crossplay is becoming more of a requirement for a lot of these games going forward. So it just makes people less likely to stick with their exclusive. So like if people think to themselves like, "Oh, hey, Nintendo is a little more cheaper than Xbox and PlayStation. I'll probably get myself a Nintendo Switch or something." Or if you want to get access to some of the really good games, I mean, at this point, you might as well just stay with your current platform. Like, if you're someone who plays on PlayStation or PC, or maybe even on a Switch, even, at this point, you might as well just stick with your current platform because there's no reason to get an Xbox because they're just sharing their exclusive IPs with their competitors. So, if you're someone that plays on PlayStation and you want to always play one of those exclusives, some people think, all right, you know what? I'll just stay with PlayStation for now. I'm currently content with what I got for PlayStation. These games are going to hold me over for a while. There's been a new game announced for Xbox that's coming over to PlayStation. So I'm going to stick with my current platform and wait for a PlayStation port for this game. The whole brand for having an Xbox console, it just feels like it's becoming a little more and more pointless because they're trying to resort to this, like, I guess, digital only idea and this whole subscription service and streaming service idea, whatever it comes to like video games or like just trying to watch like a video or something on your Xbox, whether it be for like a TV show or something on YouTube. It just feels like Xbox as a brand is becoming more and more pointless. Like, people want to go to their Xboxes to play video games, and there are some people on PlayStation that just want to play video games, and the whole purpose of Microsoft as a Xbox brand for gaming has been falling the fuck apart because Microsoft has no idea what they're doing anymore because they're giving away literally their exclusive IPs to their competitors. I mean, games like Gears of War and Halo, for example, they are literally golden gooses for Xbox. They were like literally Xbox's big bread and butter, and they were absolutely making a lot of money with them. But now at this point, it just feels like they're giving up because they realize that, damn, Sony is just killing it right now. Nintendo's absolutely killing it right now. I think it's time that we just throw in the towel and just give it up because we don't have that golden touch anymore. Like, Microsoft just doesn't have that same charm as it used to anymore, and it just feels like the company itself has become corporatized on a whole new level. It's become monetized to a whole new level. It's just becoming a complete shit show for Microsoft. Now, once again, Microsoft as a company, I feel like they're falling apart and they really need to get it together because if they continue down this current path that they're currently on by trying to corporatize Microsoft as a whole, then I really don't see a future for this company anymore. So, with this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. And until next time, I'm talking about Microsoft and their downfall, and I will see you all later.